Hey guys, good morning. How you doing? It is Thursday, August 9th, and that means War Factory. We're going to go ahead and load up girls here. Just happened to be on this account, so we'll use this one this week as ever. Going to want universal remote. Have seen the layout. Have decided to try, well, fair warning. This layout just screams go left with grenadiers and kill all that stuff. Take those shields out. Bit of an issue if you wanted to try to BART them all. That's a good amount of health, and they are spread out. Now, with that said, that's almost the same amount of health on these lasers. Wait, 20, 80, 600? 80, 600. Nope, that is not almost the same. That is exactly the same. And I am going to try to BART out these lasers because they're in a bad position, really, regardless of which approach you wish to take. And the difference between the shields excuse me, and the lasers is that the lasers are all touching each other. I figure with that amount of health, that's going to take at least one full attack to BART those guys out. So we'll probably go ahead and do that first. But really, so I'm not going to do the grenadier route because I know that's what it's the obvious way here, and it will work, but I want to do something different. So we're going to set this up to, we'll leave the shields and set this up so that we can free snipe the shields. Going to have to do some Sparky work over here. I'm counting on having to remove all of the shock launchers with universal remote, and probably the back two rocket launchers. I'm planning on, or the front two, I suppose it doesn't matter, but either way I'm going to park in the blind spot of the two that remain. Actually probably should do the front two, because then we can use a shock on the shock blaster and these two rocket launchers together. Again, those will be out of the picture. These should be out of the picture. Can use critters down here or over here to distract and clean and do like a cleanup hit over in this area of the world. That's my plan for now. Might need one final hit as well to take care of these grapplers and dooms. They are very easily shocked together. That wouldn't even require smoking on that hit. And yeah, that's the plan. So let's get about it. Now, before we begin, you can grab some GBE down here, but it's going to cost you. There is some, actually quite a bit of outright free GBE to be had down here, and we will certainly take advantage of that. Probably hit number 2. Hit number 1, like I said, I'm just going to try to blast these laser beams as much as possible, but by the time I've done a good bit of that, my barrage and artillery will be relatively expensive, so why waste all this nice GBE on those things at that time? So, without further ado, that is the plan. And as ever, the fun part is now, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I don't like the idea of BARTing shields here because they are spread out, and that sort of negates the... I'm going to go with these guys. That sort of negates your gunboat energy a little bit. Alright. And... alright. Cool. Exactly one hit. And I'm going to start... I'm going to clear these mines. And let's see, is anything else a reasonable cost? No. My plan is to mark these shock launchers with a barrage because that will clear some of the mines too. We're obviously going to want those removed for Sparky and also for the girls later. I think we're good on this hit then. We'll leave the free GBE for another time. That actually went better than I thought as far as the GBE costs. And being able to get all of the lasers in one hit is very, very nice, because as I think we've covered on this channel before, lasers suck. Along with, like, let's make something go boom. That would probably be my second favorite thing to say, because I really, really don't like lasers. Alright, so barrage on those guys to mark them. That should not mark anything else that would be of consequence to us. I'm going to try to park Sparky about over here and throw some critters in there with her. Reason being, I don't want her in range of the blaster, and I don't want her in range of these machine guns or the hot pot. These things all fire relatively slowly, so that gives us a little bit more reaction time. I'm not going to try to take advantage of the Grappler Express here, because with 2 grapplers in play, that tends to mess up the predictability of it, and we don't need any weird wonky things happening. So I don't know exactly where she would land, and I don't love that. So we should be able to do this in 3 smokes. Nice. Gonna get some critters in there, like I said. Gonna go for the back shock launcher, and we are gonna try to double tap resmoke. And that worked out well, and we still have the critters too, so that's really good. Okay, so we'll go to that one, although it doesn't really matter, and we'll double tap again, and we'll let Sparky die. And let's see, now the GBE costs here are minimal, so that means with this 16 GBE we can go ahead and clear the rest of these mines, and then we'll come up here, down here, over here. We're going over here. And we'll grab some extra GBE and mark some things up. That way they get targeted early. Want to mark, actually I should have marked all 4 of those, but I'll do that now. So the front 2 will be damaged more than the back 2, so she, meaning Sparky, should auto-target them when she uses her hack. And is there anything else? We're going to retreat, actually. Bye. Throw it on the core. Didn't want to wind up wasting that GBE later. One more Sparky hit. And actually, let's see where we are. Sparky hit. Let's see where we are in terms of these rockets. Current health 35. This would be attack number 3. I mean, I could just go in and hack them outright, I suppose. Change of plan. Actually, I'm just going to get the girls right up into here. And yeah, we've got a nice little, excuse me, anchor there on the shore. Can throw some critters back there. A shock not really necessary over here, but we should be good for a core hit. The grapplers will be taking the girls slowly, but again, that's pretty easily dealt with. So let's switch over to Sergeant Brick and let's just walk this. The health on these things is not particularly high. It's also not especially low. We had a War Factory a couple of weeks ago where things were, you know, in the 30s and 40s. That's kind of unusual. These are moderate, but not super high. That is making these things surprisingly easy. You could just do yourself, I mean, you could just do 3 BART hits. BART out the lasers, BART out the rockets, BART out the shocks. That would be very doable. But let's see, so we want to park like right up there, critters behind and 2 shocks. And then later on, actually the hit after this, we could probably just sweep up the side. Again, no smoking required there, but here there will be. So we want to land up there, which means we're going to throw our smokes About like that. And hopefully Brick doesn't get killed here. Okay, we're gonna cover that up. Alright, let's get moving because that smoke is not going to last forever. Okay. All decent. Get battle orders going. We will actually just throw the critters, let them target as they may. Blaster's taken care of. Alright, clearing nicely. And now we've got a nice little pocket where we won't have to worry about... Actually, let's come back over here and start killing some things, and we will be able to avoid the hot pots and everything like that later on. But for right now, kill the things that kill you. Still have a few critters going out, but wouldn't mind. Now things are starting to get a little expensive here. Critters, shocks, whatever. And if what we have is a battle orders, I guess we'll use that and try to put a little bit more damage on these things. That's going to leave us with 2 Doom Cannons, and that is officially all that we have left between us and killing the core. So we'll put some damage on those. Ooh, next time we'll just walk up right between the Doom Cannons. Nah, we'll stand next to them, that way we can shock them. Keep as many girls alive as possible. Trying to preserve gold. Gold has been an issue for me the last several days. I've had some really nasty opponents on my map for various reasons. Alright, so we're going to try, let's try this landing and just walk right up here, 1 shock, and yeah. And then we have a very peaceful free snipe from above the core. This is what, attack number 4? Alright, so I'm going to try this landing this time because I did not love the way it worked out last time. Pull them up into here. And we're going to go like that right off the bat. Get some critters out. We're going to use a battle orders. One more shock. The extra GBE is not necessary, but we'll take it anyway, just to, more or less, to get away from things that shoot us, and also to change our path a little bit, because we're going to be wanting to stay away from hot pots and machine guns for the obvious reasons, because they also suck. And then want to park right about here, so let's go there. And that should set up a very quiet free snipe with battle orders going off. Let's focus on core, ladies. Some are starting to wander a little bit. And 1 more battle orders. And that's that. So that is one way to do it. Again, the simpler way, if you're looking to do that, I would just go with the Grenadiers left and try to avoid, to BART out the rockets and or the lasers, but Grenadiers left, the shields, and this is a really easy base. Again, you have the option BARTing out rockets, shields, or rockets, shocks, lasers, not BARTing out shields. Don't recommend that. And then just going to the right with, let's go back to Yeah, like that guy. Very difficult player opponents. That one's a really annoying layout. So again, you have the option of just barting out those 3 sets of towers and just going with Ruka on this and sweeping up the right side. So not a really difficult War Factory layout. There's multiple approaches that can work here, and there are probably others that I'm not even considering, but don't use warriors. That's all I'd recommend. Anyway, hope this helps. Hope this gives you a couple ideas for your own War Factory, and you know, thumbs up if you like the video, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you later.